Hi, you guys. Okay. Um, I'm a little sick. I actually have COVID again, so I'm gonna still do my homework. I'm on JavaScript now, and we are um working on JavaScript. So they want me to do this debugging one. Let's just read what debugging is. Debugging is the process of going through your code, finding any issues and fixing them. Issues in code generally come in three forms: syntax errors, so that's just how you're writing the code that prevent your program from running; runtime errors, where your code has unexpected behavior; or logical errors, where your code doesn't do what you intended. In this course, you'll learn how to use the JavaScript console to debug programs and prevent common issues before they happen. Very useful. All right, so it looks like there's 12 lessons. We're going to go ahead and go on the first one. Let's get it. All right, both Chrome and Firefox have excellent JavaScript consoles, also known as dev tools or debugging your JavaScript. I know that Chrome does. I've used Chrome. You can find developer tools in your Chrome's window or web consoles and Firefox menu. If you're using a different browser or mobile phone, we strongly recommend switching to desktop Firefox or Chrome. The console log method, which prints the output of what's within its parentheses to the console, will likely be the most helpful debugging tool. Placing it at strategic points in your code can show the intermediate values of variables. It's good practice to have an idea of what the output should be before looking at what it is. Having checkpoints to see the status of your calculations throughout your code will help narrow down where the problem is. Here's an example to print the string "Hello World" to the console. Use the console log method to print the value of the variable a where noted in the console. You may have noticed that some free code camp challenges include their own console. This console behaves a little differently than the browser console. There are many methods to use with consoles to put output messages: log, warn, and clear, to name a few. The free code camp console will only output log messages, while the browser console will output all messages. When you make changes to your code, it will automatically run and show the logs. The console is then cleared each time your code runs. All right, first open your browser console so you can see the logs. To do that, you can right-click the Free Code Camp navigation bar. At the top, right-click to inspect. Finally, use console clear after your log to clear the browser console. View the differences in the two consoles. You should use console log to print. Okay, let's see here, you guys. I'm not understanding. Hmm. Okay, guys, I'm doing this again because this has to be the answer. All right, next challenge. You can use type of to check the data structure or type of a variable. This is useful in debugging when working with multiple data types. If you think you're adding two numbers, but one is actually a string, the results can be unexpected. Type errors can lurk in calculations or function calls. Be careful, especially when you're accessing and working with external data in the form of JavaScript object notation, JSON objects. Here are some examples using type of. So you do console type of. In order, the console will display the strings, string, number, object, and object. JavaScript recognizes 7 primitive immutable data types: boolean, null, undefined, number, string, symbol, new with ES6, and big int, and one type for immutable items. Note that in JavaScript, arrays are technically a type of object. Add 2 console log statements to check the type of each of the variables 7 and 3 in the code. Okay. Let's see what they actually want us to do. You see the numbers are down here, you guys. And your code should use type of to check the work. It is type of. That's what it is. Oh, I did this one wrong. It's just this. Hmm. All right, I think it's actually this way. All right, the console log and type of methods are the two primary ways to check intermediate values and types of program output. Now it's time to get into the common forms that bugs take on. The syntax level issue that fast typers can commiserate with its humble spelling error. Transposed, missing, or miscapitalization characters in a variable or function name will have the browser looking for an object that doesn't exist and complain in the form of a reference error. JavaScript variable and function names are case sensitive. Fix the two spelling errors in the code so that networking capital calculation works. Hmm. All right, fix the spelling. So that's what we're doing right now. Oh, what happened? Yikes. Okay, I restarted the code. So receivables is spelled wrong over here. And payables has an S. Networking capitalist too, yeah. All right, you guys, another syntax error to be aware of is that all opening parentheses, brackets, curly braces, and quotes have a closing pair. Forgetting a piece tends to happen when you're editing existing code and inserting items with one of the pair types. Also, take care when nesting code blocks into others, such as adding a call block function as an argument to a method. One way to avoid this mistake is as soon as the opening character is typed, immediately include the closing match, then move the cursor back between them and continue coding, right? Fortunately, most modern code editors generate the second half of the pair automatically. Fix the two pair errors in this code. All right, so the variable, the array is 1, 2, 3, so we need to put that. And then put that. Huh. Maybe it's right here. Okay, so I think the parentheses is missing here, you guys. See, now it's perfect. All right, JavaScript allows the use of both single and double quotes to declare a string. Deciding which one to use generally comes down to personal preference with some expectations. With some exceptions. Having two choices is great when a string has contractions or another piece of text that's in quotes. Just be careful that you don't close the string too early, which causes a syntax error. Here are some examples. The first two are correct, but the third is incorrect. Of course, it's okay to use only the style of quotes. You can escape the quotes inside the string by using a backslash, escape character. Fix the string so it either uses different quotes for the href value or escape the existing ones. Keep the double quote marks around the entire string. And branching programs, i.e. ones that do different things if certain conditions are met. Please forgive me, you guys. I'm really sick doing this, but I wanted to do my homework still. So my voice and the way I'm kind of like reading is a little off, so just bear with me. Rely on if, else, if, and else statements in JavaScript. The conditions sometimes take the form of testing, whether a result is equal to a value. This logic is spoken in English, at least as if x equals y, then which can literally translate into code using the equal or assignment operator. This leads to unexpected control flow in your program. As covered in previous challenges, the assignment operator equal in JavaScript assigns a value to a variable name, right? And the double equals and 3 times equals operator check for equality. The triple equal test for strict equality, meaning both value and type are the same. The code below assigns x to be 2. Okay. Which evaluates is true. Almost every value on its own in JavaScript evaluates to true, except what are known as the falsely values, false, 0, an empty string, nan, unidentified, and null. Okay. What do you want us to do now? The if statement was run for any y. In this example, the code block with the if statement will run for any value of y, unless y is falsely. The else block, which we expect to run here, will not actually run. Fix the conditions so the program runs the right branch and the appropriate value is assigned to results. All right, so it talks about the 1 equal sign and then a 2 equal sign checks for equality. So we're gonna do this one. You see how it changed from equal to not equal. When a function or method doesn't take any arguments, you may forget to include the empty opening and closing parentheses when calling it. Oftentimes, the result of a function call is saved in a variable for other use in your code. This error can be detected by logging variable values or their types to the console and seeing that one is set to a function reference instead of the expected value the function returns. The variable in the following examples are different. Oh. Here, var 1 is the function, my function, and var 2 is the string you wrote. Fix the code so that variable result is set to the value returned from calling the function get9. Okay, to call a function, we have to put these open and closing parentheses. As you can see at the bottom, it says 9, so. Catch arguments passed in the wrong order when calling a function. Continuing the discussion on calling functions, the next bug to watch out for is when a function's arguments are supplied in the incorrect order. If the arguments are different types, such as function a function expecting an array and an integer, this will likely throw a routine error, a runtime error, I'm sorry. If the arguments are the same type, all integers, for example, the logic of the code won't make sense. Make sure to supply all required arguments in the proper order to avoid these issues. The function raised to power raises a base to an exponent. Unfortunately, it's not called properly. Fix the code so the value of power is the expected 8. Hmm. Mm-mm. That's not it. It should be 8 down here. All right, let's just change the order of these. All right, now it's 8. It's too much to read. I hope you guys read it, but I'm just gonna get to fixing things. That should be 0. Yep. All right, here's the answer. All right, here's the answer, you guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. I didn't try to say much towards the end because I can't really talk that good, but I hope to see you guys in the next video. We are on JavaScript now. Yay.